Hello, and welcome to the redemption arc for our Altergeist deck. Uh, Today I'm gonna take you through a ranked game, and we're gonna do all these solo missions, get a few more gems, and see what we can do with fixing this deck up. So just for proof of concept, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna duel in ranked duels to show you that the 5 URs that we did craft will actually work as a deck. So we'll open up. Our opponent is playing Fluffles. Now, I don't know what Fluffles do, but this infinite impermanence in my hand, I do know what that does. So, while he does his thing, I'll start to explain a little bit about this deck. So, Altergeist primarily revolves around getting Altergeist Multi-Faker to your hand. Multi-Faker is a monster that summons itself plus another monster from the deck every time you activate a trap card. What's he fusing into? So now we might have to use our impermanence. Let's see. Fright for Kraken. All of its effects are for a follow-up or an OTK, which they're not doing on the first turn. So we'll wait. We'll hold on to this imperm. Infinite Impermanence will let you play it from your hand if you control no cards, and it will target and negate one monster on the field, which is great for going second, which this deck doesn't like. So we see his Fright for Tiger is actually trying to summon something from the graveyard. So we say, no, no advantage for you, we're going to negate. But he has the Fright for Fusion, so he's going to fuse again by banishing from the field or the graveyard. And he's summoning another Sabertooth. So he's going to do exactly what he was trying to do before. Summon his other monster from the graveyard. But that's the end of his turn. So our deck isn't like that. We're not going to combo off. We're not going to use up all our cards. So first we're going to use this Pot of Prosperity. Now you might remember in the last episode, we put 6 or 7 useless Link monsters in our extra deck, which would be exactly these. Now these are in here just for this card, and our Pot of Extravagance, which all let us just draw really deep into our deck. Now he is going to max C us here, but one thing this deck doesn't care about really is max C. Some terms you will summon a lot, most times you won't. So we're going to dig into the deck. We're looking for our multi-faker. That is always the first thing you want in this deck, is to get multi-faker in rotation. So we see some good stuff, and Meluseek is one of the many ways that we can get into multi-faker. We were looking for Meluseek, personal spoofing, or one of our 2 copies of multi-faker himself. So that's 8 copies of something that'll grab exactly the card we need. So I'm looking, I'm deciding, and I say, yep, multi-faker is just that important. Now, one downside to our deck being so scuffed as it is we don't have a Link 1. Typically, you would use a Link 1 to get rid of your Meluseek to then search the deck for your multi-faker. But we're going to have to do it just a little different. We're going to use his other effect. Anytime Meluseek does damage, which it can attack directly, you can then send one card your opponent controls to the graveyard. It gets around destruction protection. It's a very useful skill. It works on monsters and back row. So we're going to go ahead, set our compulsory evacuation device, and just hope for the best. I know Frightfurs tend to be a OTK deck, so I was a little bit nervous here, if I'm being 100% honest. So now we'll just see what he's doing. Okay, attack mode. Oh, he just wants the damage. So we can bounce it, which I think I am going to do. It does not matter how Meliseek goes to the graveyard. So I could have let him destroy it and then searched and then compulsed, which could have been great. I'm not sure why I didn't decide to do that. But once again, this is a deck you don't need to go crazy all at once. There's no rush. Okay. So you look, Marionetter is our best normal summon in the whole deck. So Marionetter on summon will grab a Altergeist spell or trap and set it directly on the field. So we choose our Altergeist Protocol. Now this is a cheap card. Altergeist Protocol says Altergeist monsters on the field cannot be negated. So even if you try to, it just won't negate them, which is awesome. And it'll also let you tribute a Altergeist monster to negate a monster effect, so it can be quite useful. So yeah, we're just gonna swing a little bit, send a card to the graveyard, and then into our main Link monster, Altergeist Hextia. Altergeist Hextia has 3 great abilities. This is the card you're gonna see the most often in the deck, so you're gonna want to know what it does. First, we're gonna search with the Meliseek, grabbing our Multi-Faker. And then what you need to know about Hextia is it gains the attack of any Altergeist monster that it points to, and can negate a spell or trap card by tributing one Altergeist monster that it points to. And its third ability is just like Meliseek, where if it gets sent to the graveyard, you can search a card. So he's going to end his turn, but we're not going to lead it like that. So this is where the combos start. We're going to use Altergeist Manifestation to summon our Marionetter from the graveyard. The activation of the trap card is going to let us activate Multi-Faker on resolution to summon him and a monster from the deck. This activation summons from the deck. This could get ashed or negated, but he doesn't do anything, and we get our Meliseek. So now we're going to combo really hard. This was a lot of monsters for Altergeist, so now you're going to get to see a little bit of what this deck can do once you have some resources. So we'll go ahead. We're going to special summon, sending these 3 to the graveyard. Summon our Prime Banshee, which will activate our Meliseek in the graveyard, grabbing Kukri from the deck. And now we can summon our other Marionetter, set a trap card from the deck, and then we can use Marionetter's second ability. Oh, actually, we're gonna make the Memory Gant, that's right. That with the Pukari in hand. Pukari is similar to Microcoder or those monsters in Code Generator. It just lets you link summon using it in your hand as a material. And if you summon an Altergeist Link monster, which you don't necessarily have to with Pukari, but if you do, it will return itself to the hand. So that is a once per duel effect, so you only get it one time. But Pukari is great for these finishing combos. So Prime Banshee is going to return our Multi-Faker to our hand. Pukari returns itself to hand. And Marionetter contribute itself or any other Altergeist card to summon one of ours from the graveyard. So we can go ahead and summon this Prime Banshee back from the graveyard. Activate our Altergeist protocol. You don't need to use its effect, but just activating the card will let us use our Multi-Faker. Now, Multi-Faker's only condition is that you can't summon monsters other than Altergeist cards the turn that you use his ability to summon from the deck. So, you, oh, and here comes the Nibiru. Luckily, we do have the protocol. We can just tribute the Multi-Faker. Not a problem. You're always going to want protocol. Really, you would like a personal spoofing in rotation as well, and your Multi-Faker. As long as you have these things, you can typically make the opponent surrender, just like this. The pressure, the combo ability that this deck has really is something else. And that's the scuffed version of the deck. So in my downtime, I did manage to complete a whole bunch of these solo missions. What I'm doing is just going into each story mode and completing, say, the first 4, including the cutscenes, and those count, believe it or not. And that'll let you come over to the missions here, and you'll get tons of gems for doing these. I recommend doing them just to learn a little more about different decks, see, you know, what combinations maybe you don't know about. Personally, a lot of these are decks that I enjoyed playing in Duel Links. So now we're going to go back. Here's the redemption. Can we get better packs? Definitely not that one. No. Womp womp. Luckily we get a guaranteed in the next one. Let's see, is it good? Uh-oh. Wow. Literally just 2. But we get one more 10 pack. Let's see if we can pull something good for this account. It's better than normal. I think that's the best pack we've had so far. Well, still bad luck. Still not great, but I'll tell you what, I can use this. So I'm gonna workshop what we can do with what we've got, and hopefully you guys tune in next time. From here on out, it's the training arc to ranked we go. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day, everybody.